Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Tactical Tuesday. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to make it out there for Moto Monday. Was actually in the ER for for a little bit. Had some issues. I'm okay now. I'm better, and I'm back. So before we kick off, I want to remind you guys of the HoloSun PID Plus giveaway that's going on. Make sure you guys don't miss out on this. You have about 16 days left or so to get entered. Follow the links. About 17 different ways you guys can enter for absolutely free. We won't charge you for any of that stuff. But if you guys want to purchase apparel or anything like that, obviously go ahead and do that. With that said, we're going to dive into our TikTok Tactical Tuesday today, and we're going to go over a video that I found on TikTok that I thought was pretty interesting. Again, coming from the standpoint of like we're going to be looking at people actually in the moment being trained how to conduct actions in a CQB close quarter battle environment. Here we go. So this video I saw on the Flatland project. The caption reads, CQB with a team has a lot of moving parts. Knowing your place and where you should be is important. Knowing you can trust your teammates even more so. P.S. Students shown are learning new tactics for the first time and receiving feedback as they go. As always, stay fit, stay prepared, stay alive. Now, you know me, you know where I come from, you know a lot of my background. The fact that people out there getting training is key. It's important. Keep training, keep working. You know, like they say, stay fit, stay prepared. All those great things. Now, with that said, let's dive into this video. Now, right as we get off the gate, there's this badge here, and this other guy back here, it says sheriff. So I'm not sure if this is actually a local sheriff's department. It doesn't really, I don't see this, and it doesn't come off as that. I just think it's interesting. So here, let's play the first section. We'll watch it through once, and then we'll go back and dissect. There's some music playing. Dun, 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 dun. Supermoto. Okay. We know what we're going to say about this one. And probably about whatever's about to happen now, too. Yeah, so that's the end of the video. It's 30 seconds. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to back up here. We're going to back up right from the get-go. All right, so we can see that they're a wall body weapon, right? Wall body weapon all the way down. Good to go. We're starting off from a place of correctness, if you will. I'll automatically point out, obviously, that these guys are rocking maybe 3 mags up front. Like we already know my whole thoughts on only having 3 magazines on you, but we'll go a little further. All right. And so as they come up, so boom, immediately this guy, what does he do? He drops his muzzle not level to the deck, dead spacing. This weapon is basically out of the fight. You cannot count on this man anymore to be covering what's going on here. Not to mention, this guy is not really like letting him clear this. He's kind of getting ahead of him, but not only is he getting ahead of him, he's not doing his job. So they're both screwed at this initial point immediately. I know these are students, right? They're hopefully being corrected, but just to point this out, right? And I don't know how much of their actual statement there isn't just to kind of like protect themselves. I don't know if this is supposed to be like the demo or whatever. But like, look how long it takes him for him to get that muzzle up, right? And so we can actually see in the mirror in the background, like his muzzle crossing over. So he's like potentially being exposed. He's finally clearing this. He's holding something forward. This guy's just kind of behind them, which is fine. I'm glad someone's holding the front as they, or whatever. So this whole hesitation point right here is another thing I wanted to point out. That's why I wanted to like wind this back. So look at this. So they get to this point, right? And then there's this pause right here. And you're already in the fatal funnel. The door is open. It's already there, right? This pause and stammering, I'm not really sure that that it's necessary. I think flow in and go. I mean, obviously your one man needs to know there's two men's ready, but you're already in this open hallway. The door's already open. You're already making all sorts of noise. Like, there might be another way to do this. He also might have been able to get further over to this corner and see more inside, go get a deeper angle before they go in. Again, we're training to our purpose, right? We are thinking about when we're going to be using these tactics, why we'd be using them, where we'd be using them. And you want to do things as safely as possible because your mission, your objective, especially as a civilian, is to make it home, right? It's not to get the bad guys. So once they're in, they like cut over a scene where this guy is running in. I don't know how, if you actually look at his feet, like he's it's a pretty good sprint. I mean, he's taking some pretty decent steps to get in there quickly. Now, obviously, you want to make room for the guy behind you, but you also want to be able to. You can only move as fast as you can shoot, or I guess you could say it reversed. You can only shoot as fast as you can. Oh, you can't say that actually, but you don't want to be full sprint through a room realistically because you're not going to be accurate doing so, right? I mean, you might be able to like I guess maybe catch someone off guard inside, but again, that door was already open, so. They come up here now. Boom. This we already pointed out earlier. This is a huge no-no, right? We're never going to stack like this, exposed. If this is the guy who's supposed to be clearing, this guy is fucking dead. Like that's all there is to say about this particular scenario. This dude is done. Period. Now we watch. They're standing there now. This guy is, I mean, I posited that maybe the best moment ever. He's like hopping into the room. Not only that, they had that pause, right? So that he had time to prepare himself, to prep himself to go into this room. And yet this is his first, the door's open. So the characteristics of the room are not, fully known, but they're pretty well known. So why is he leading with his shoulder, right? As he comes in, the first thing he's doing is taking this step in. Boom, he's exposed. Whoever's in this corner already has up. They're starting shooting right now. Muzzle still down. Like he's in the room through the fatal funnel. Weapon not parallel to the deck. Not pointed at anything that he could engage with. He's done. So is the guy behind him, right? Finally, he's in, weapons up while he's on the move. And again, he's not in the correct shoulder, which is what happens when you do that, right? As we've covered multiple times. Same with this guy, right? As he comes in, this next guy is in the opposite shoulder, right? So he's having to lean in and try to get this muzzle around the corner to help him clear this corner because it's, who knows if it's really been cleared. So once they're in, then they cut to the next scene. Now, right here, again, we're going straight to what's happening. Like this guy's holding what? Like, shouldn't that muzzle be pointed basically in our direction into this deep angle coming in this way, right? So he's coming up, and maybe he did, maybe he cleared it, but then what does he do? To come up and clear that tight angle again. I don't know who these instructors are, but holding your weapon system out like this, and if this is my door, right? I guess it would be on this side, what they're doing, right? If this is the wall, I'm not gonna have my weapon system like this and then be hopping around the hard point. Like, it's just not what you do. Okay, so this guy pauses, right? Now this guy behind him has his back to some level, right? So like this is the weapon, so he's able to like help him hold this. But then what does he do? This weapon's up. He comes down to get behind him, and then this guy steps in exposing the first thing he does is exposes for moral. Still hasn't cleared this, right? This guy. So if there's someone in that corner, like you're giving them all the heads up in the world, exposing multiple vital portions of your body, and giving that up for no reason. Now he's cleared to the corner, which is a bit tighter than the other guy, right? And the other guy's getting ready to come in behind him, but then he just stops. If you don't know what's in there, like, why are you just going to stop in the fatal funnel? Now, not only are you dead, but whoever's behind you is dead also, and for sure. And they're not getting the trade kill, if you will, right? Like, if you go in, you're the one man, you're the meat shield. Like, it's your job to go in there, get the info. Hopefully you don't go down, but if you do go down, it's like at least they know that they can get in and like get the trade kill. They can go in there and get the guy who just got you. Like, you know what I mean? You want to at least try to go 1-for-1 in combat, right? Like, you don't want to give the enemy the ability to go in and have one guy take out 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of you, whatever the case is, right? Especially because, again, this portion right here, as we all know, it's not cover, it's just concealment. So if you're taking your time or just standing in the doorway or whatever, like, there's a good chance that other people are potentially getting hit too. So, like, you have to make a decision. And if this is the decision, the decision you're making, you can't, you don't make that decision, right? If I'm just going to peek into a corner, I'm not going to expose my whole body. I'm not going to expose as much of me as possible just to get there. Switch shoulders, right? And peek into the corner. And it's clear. Or it's not clear. And at least you still maintain some of that concealment and can potentially get away. And we've covered that in another video, obviously. And you guys are free to go watch that as well. But again, it's just not what you do. So he just stands there. Now, this is, I think, and I'm seeing the badges again. So I really hope this isn't a sheriff's department. And if this is a sheriff's department, please reach out to me. I can come down. I can kind of correct some of this stuff, because if this is what you guys are being taught, it is not what you guys want to be doing. Believe me, please, for your lives and the lives of the people you're trying to save, please. So these guys get paired up together, and see that. Look at this. They're prepping this guy by having him stand with his feet together, and then he's going to, like, dart into the room, right? Again, as he goes in, muzzle not level to the deck, right? Not pointed at anything that matters. It's dead spacing. Again, watch one of my other videos. And I want to go frame by frame. I'm going to take it slow. He comes up. He's into the corner, which is good. He chose the right shoulder to be in, but that was a lot of pre-work to get there. So I imagine if these guys are going on the move, that isn't going to happen. Also, 3 magazines. God, I can't stand this. Oh, maybe he's got one more back here, but still, come on, guys. What are you doing? I guess for their purpose, maybe it's okay. But again, for you, the civilian, I would not recommend. Also, this guy's training without any gear on it. I can't imagine that he's going to be in this scenario without a plate carrier on. Don't do that. I think that might have happened a couple of times here, but I wasn't paying attention to that part. But then this guy, like, he's like solo room clearing this room, and I guess it's fine if it's limited penetration like this, but that's kind of it, right? So, again, I'm all for, and you guys know I'm all for people getting out there, getting training. Just make sure you're getting proper training. Get training from people that understand what they're teaching, because this is not it. Obviously, these are students, but there's obviously some very clear deficits on the instruction here, because I shouldn't be able to point out that many things. And there shouldn't be guys like just standing in front of open doorways. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to train that same scenario without doing that, right? You should be teaching them to do it from the safe standpoint, not just like standing in a doorway, because they're never going to do that. right? Train how you fight. I think we've all heard that a billion times. You know, you just don't do it. So, yeah, with that said, I'm going to wrap this up. It was, again, just another video, and I'm going to continue doing these random videos on videos I find. I think I think they're fun too. Just, I mean, again, I like seeing people out there training. This is better than nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's at least something. They're getting out there. They're putting their gear on. They're going through some sort of motion together as a team. It's more than I can say for most people out there. So with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much. And please, please, please do not miss out on this Holosun PID Plus giveaway. The last Frag Out Friday video was about this. So if you guys want to know the specs, go check out that video. And like I said, links all around. Click on it. There'll be a little Holosun PID giveaway link. Click on that. You'll put in your name and your email, and then there's all the different ways you guys can enter through social media and stuff. So thank you guys again so much for tuning in. It's been a blast, and I will see you guys for Weapons Wednesday next week, and tune in for the next episode of Thinking Out Live. I know we've been kind of silent. We've been resetting up like a podcast room and some other things, so it should be a little bit more fun, a little better. But yeah, as always, stay loose, battle on, and if you bitch in your heart, it'll show.